Hey everybody, welcome to our channel. We're going to cover a wide variety of topics on entertainment. Hope you enjoy.
When you Google entertainment, you will mostly find articles and searches related to that of media and the negative impacts it has on society. But entertainment is not just the media. Music is considered part of entertainment, and great things have come from it. The entire entertainment industry has a hand in American society, having a great influence on our day-to-day lives. We even have media literacy programs in school to help students understand what they may see or hear. Music is also all around us, whether you are at school, work, the gym, or relaxing at home. Recently, there has been an increased interest in virtual reality in the entertainment industry, having been able to open many doors with it. Slowly but surely, playing games and watching videos has become something separate of a computer or TV screen.
What do I do? Get out of here! I don't know if I'm supposed to do this.
And now, in the beginning stages of development, is the start of creating music with virtual reality. When it comes to virtual reality, of all the verticals that people talk about, music has become the most interesting. A specific product that is in the making is Soundstage, a music instrument sandbox that allows anyone, from professional DJs to hobbyists, to express themselves independently through music. Soundstage allows you to arrange the use of synthesizers, drums, speakers, and other equipment, all in the comfort and space of your own room. You can create a custom-built studio, all without stepping foot outside of your home. There are many people who believe that VR is simply a trend that will eventually fade out, taking Soundstage with it. However, VR has already modeled industries like gaming and real estate, as well as offered immersive experiences. In a short time that it has been introduced, VR has drawn the attention of much of the population, building a name for itself with the availabilities it has to offer. Soundstage's developer Logan Olson released Soundstage on Steam in the early access late 2016. Even in its developing, newly released form, Soundstage had 2 major updates and looks like a well-polished piece of software. There are things you are able to do in this interface that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise without paying a large amount of money for all the equipment. Not to mention the mess of cables that comes into play, and the real instruments don't glow like they do in Soundstage. In the next 5 to 10 years, it is believed that Soundstage could make a breakthrough in the music entertainment. Many have been sold on the idea and believe that it has the potential to make music production and performance as tactical and physical as playing traditional instruments. This product allows those who have not learned to play physical instrument to use the 3D interface instruments to create their own music and express whatever they wish. The interface is also easy to understand, allowing virtually anyone to just dive right into everything it has to offer quickly and effortlessly.
Hello everybody, my name is Jalen Evans, and today I'll be talking to y'all about streaming sports online and how it is the future of sports entertainment. For years, people have been able to watch sports on just through television and listen to it on the radio. However, people lately have been using streaming apps such as Fox Sports 1, the ESPN app, the NBC Sports app, and the CBS Sports app to watch their sports. And that is to where you can just watch the shows that they have and the games that they have and the games that they're broadcasting just from that app. It's crazy. And you can watch it on your phone, you can watch it on your tablet. Heck, you could even watch it on your computer. Just if you have a phone, watch it and you can watch it from anywhere. It's seriously a game changer that's probably about to take out TV in like the next 5 to 10 years. But the next 2 to 5 years, it's gonna wipe TV out the window. It will succeed in a big way too, because most people, when they are away from TV on the weekends, when their favorite team is playing, a lot of the time they are upset because they want to watch it because it's their team, you know. So, since these apps exist, they can just watch the game on their phone. Makes sense, right? Exactly. On the other hand, if they don't want to, but also they can't if they don't want to, because instead they can spend time with their family and, you know, watch it some other time. So, and also Websites like Twitter and Facebook have been streaming NFL games and Major League Baseball games. I'm pretty sure MLB games. Facebook and Twitter have been streaming those. So basically you don't even have to watch your TV for baseball games too, depending on if the teams that playing is your team. So all kind of worth signing into. But yeah, iPhone apps help with it too. Amazon Fire TV sticks and the Roku TV sticks help with it too. The social media networks, all of those are about to take over the future of streaming sports online. Just streaming sports in general and streaming TV in general. But this is mainly on the sports. But this is mainly about the sports. All of that is about to take over the universe, and it's about to take over the entire world, involving in the world of streaming sports and streaming games online in about 5 to 10 years. And that is all I have for y'all today. Peace.
It's clear that today's video games are already a little out of this world, from limitless online play around the globe to virtual reality gaming. Gaming has given people a way to play and experience their favorite fantasies firsthand. New gaming consoles are always exciting to the public, especially when the console in question is the all-new PlayStation 5, Sony's fifth installment of the PlayStation consoles. It's hard to say when we'll see the PS5, but it's predicted for around the years 2019 or 2021. This new console is expected to have around the same amount of storage as its earlier PS4. Also, it will be around the same size as the 4. But the new PlayStation 5 packs a punch, producing 3 times better in-game quality, such as sharper picture, faster loading times, and much more realistic in-game settings, including backwards compatibility, which means playing games from previous PlayStation 4s and 3s. And the predicted price for the PlayStation 5 could go from anywhere from $700 to $1,000 per console. At a press conference in 2016, Sony predicted that their new console, the PS5, will be the most powerful console ever built. Sony has made a lot of predictions throughout the years and followed up on them, but one of the best ones would be the virtual reality program. Sony has integrated a way to put the gamer directly into the game settings using a virtual reality headset. Sony has made the VR push about a year ago, but a lot of improvements are being made to the headset for the PS5. As creative director of Body, Data, and Space Initiative, Ghislaine Boddington noted that the hope for the future is in recognizing and augmenting physical bodies in the games and play. She offers technology like programmable gels used with the body in more intimate ways, such as rubbing gels onto the arms and legs of the gamer, allowing players to have much more immediate and lifelike connections to the characters in the game. This feature has not been perfected by any means, but is being pushed towards to give the gamer more lifelike and quicker reactions to the game situations. But this full body collaboration with the games isn't expected to arrive within 8 or 9 years. But games will continue to become more and more realistic through the years. It's just crazy to think that it's came this far.
Have you ever dreaded going on a fun one-day vacation, maybe 2 days, because you know you're going to spend most of your time waiting in a line? I'm referring to amusement parks, such as Dollywood, Universal Studios, Carowinds, and Disney World. We all know these places are not very cheap to attend. We often have to pay very high prices to ride rides that require hours of waiting each. Unless, of course, you want to pay even more money than you've already spent on this trip to skip the lines. Amusement parks are not open 24/7, but you often have to spend over 2 hours in each line. This results in not getting to ride every ride that you would like to, enjoying fun, unique meals, and seeing the rest of the fun park. If you can pay additional money to skip the lines, wouldn't it make more sense if they just controlled the waiting times and wasted time, since it is an obvious problem since they are required to be selling passes to allow people to skip now? According to Daily Mail's website, the opening day of the new Harry Potter ride required the crowd to wait for a total of 450 minutes. This ride is at Universal Studios. Standing in line for 7.5 hours means you cannot go use the restroom or go get anything to eat. Due to the expected crowd, the day of the release of Harry Potter ride, they did not offer the express pass, but they do on any other average day. If you go to Universal Studios' website, you discover that for $74.99 additional dollars a day, you can purchase an express pass to skip the line. If you're an average citizen like myself, you don't have almost $75 to spend just because you don't want to wait in a line. But the other parks are no better than Universal Studios. Carowind's website says you can buy your pass and pay an additional $250 to skip lines all year round. The research showed does not show how much a pass is to Carowinds, but it can determine it would be more than the additional upgrade, costing over $500 just to have the option to skip lines. Disney World offers the Fast Passes, but you cannot reveal the pricing unless you bought a ticket, and of course, I have not. A technology advancement to decrease the long waiting times and wasted time would be create virtual lines. Each ride would not have waiting space. You would go to the machine outside the ride and sign up for the amount in your party and the time you would like to ride. To assure no one steals your spot or attempts to act like they're your party, you would provide a fingerprint to the machine that would be scanned again when arriving to your designated time to allow you to get on the ride. This would provide all the paying customers to not have to worry about waiting in the ride's line and get to go enjoy the delicious food and the rest of the park. It is not fair you have to pay additional money to avoid this issue when it is very obvious to the park since they have already come up with some solutions. It should be an advancement to keep customers coming back with time to enjoy their experience.
We as a society have made many great technological advances in our history, but none as astonishing as the entertainment aspect of things as the television. The television itself has been around for a long time and has been constantly tampered with and made better over the years. The latest version of television that is out now is the new televisions with 4K resolution. The television of today is paying for Netflix or Hulu Plus, something of that nature, instead of it the way it used to be years ago when you only had a handful of different channels. Television has gotten away from its consumer-friendly roots and turned into expensive and pain to have. Television is now more convenient, however, because you can now use and find thousands of channels to choose from. Not to mention that many different services such as Netflix and many more that the viewer can select from if there isn't anything on TV that they find interesting. The consumer also now has to deal with the fact that the younger generation of consumers want to access all their shows and every single other thing that television offers on all their other devices such as tablets, phones, and other gadgets. It's becoming a paradigm shift from what we know as television on the go. Unfortunately, advertising is not going away anytime soon. On the newest version of television programs such as Netflix and Hulu, you can only have the option to watch your shows uninterrupted, but however, it does cost the consumer money to do so. One of the other things that still is a prominent problem is the way television is delivered to other countries. There are still some barriers in delivering content for some countries. For example, ABC, NBC, and Fox networks run at different times of the year in other countries. Netflix is starting to make all their shows available in 190 different countries simultaneously. Television will be changed into something so unique and different that it will become something more than television. With like everything else, however, it will eventually just become the normal way of viewing and streaming the world around us.
The United States is dominated by screens these days. Behind phones and televisions are laptops and tablets. In today's society, it would be impossible to operate and be successful without a laptop or a tablet. Just think of all the businesses and corporations that keep up with info or sales on their iPads. Laptops and tablets are a necessity to college students to keep up with assignments and exams in their fast-paced schedule. In fact, it is amazing to see how dependent people are of these technologies considering the internet is still relatively young. This means that as fast as these products were introduced to people, advancements and improvements will happen even more quickly. The laptop has come a long way since its creation. Though some critics love to knock laptops as dinosaurs, they have gotten sexier, faster, and even smarter. There are plenty of technological enhancements driving laptops in the era of virtual reality, 4K video, and 5G connectivity. Contradictory to the increasing size of the smartphone annually, the laptop has gotten more condensed and easier to handle. In its earlier days, laptops were behemoth in size and a burden to travel with. Now, laptops are flexible, allowing keyboards to be bent or even removed. The new and improving 4K video and HDR high dynamic range picture allows the screen of a laptop to be as beautiful as ever. Many other improvements are underway as well. As mentioned beforehand, virtual reality seems to be the cream of the crop in this day and age. Virtual reality will be used to provide a new level of human-computer interaction, making it more fun than ever to create 3D objects, play games, watch movies, and have interactive Skype calls. VR is already being tested with video games to see how successful and marketable the technology is. Another improvement we could see is wireless charging. This would be a game changer for laptop owners, as the chargers acquired with laptops are usually large and obnoxious. Of all advancements possible for laptops, this might be the first one consumers encounter. Tons of corporations are diverting their time to this because smartphones, like the Samsung Galaxy, already have wireless charging capabilities. Laptops have thrived for new improvements ever since tablets were released. Tablets are basically laptops with no keyboards and a noticeably smaller size. Tablets, like the iPad, have swept the nation of popularity ever since its release. To consumers and businesses, this was the future of technology and there was no looking back. Tablets introduced mobile computing with interactive screens and no keyboards. Laptops and PCs have incorporated many of the tablet's unique qualities in their technologies. Tablets are always continuing to shrink along laptops, as the iPhone X is about half the size of the iPad mini. Also, virtual reality may be coming soon for tablets like the Samsung Galaxy tablet, as Samsung has made many technological breakthroughs like the wireless charging port and VR headset for the Galaxy smartphone. So VR incorporated into their tablets should be here in no time. Both the laptops and tablets will continue to improve technologically over time as they play integral parts in people's everyday lives. Laptops have made many tremendous leaps and bounds and improvements as it is older technology than the tablet. Nonetheless, things like picture, video, battery life, accessibility, and handling will continue to improve for both of these important technologies.
And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution.
Where is news and media headed? Well, to forecast the future of news and media, let's first take a look at where it is currently. Standard television news broadcasts are dying, giving way to Twitter feeds and many other social media platforms. As smart devices continue to permeate into people's homes, live television is being pushed closer to the verge of extinction. Phones, iPads, tablets, and laptops are replacing TV as the primary source for people's personal entertainment and news destination. With phones being the dominant source for people's information, a disconnect to facts could be a glaring problem we face in the future. Access to news through the web is selective depending on the user, whereas a TV news broadcast is delivered to the masses without having the ability to pick and choose who hears it. Whereas someone getting their news by searching for exactly what you want to see could lead to short-sighted and insular views. A user could easily be funneled to uncredible sources and even fake news sites. You're naturally drawn to what you want to believe or things that line up with your ideas and beliefs. The future of news is in that statement. Outlets lose sight of credibility and give way to hits and streams. Othering. It's always the other person or group's problem. Media outlets use this to their advantage by pitting their viewers' intellectual and societal beliefs against the people who listen or watch the other news station. This creates an atmosphere where facts become irrelevant and the desire to not be the other people takes precedence. This allows more freedom and range of reporting because of the disregard for the facts, which helps promote their agendas, meaning if they don't have to report the facts, they can report whatever will make them the most money. Thorough investigating and the search for factually vetted information to back up the reports has taken a back seat to page views, clicks, and streams. So where does this leave us? Well, my prediction is drones and closed-circuit television will start self-reporting to news bots, basically a computer server through highly sophisticated algorithms, which will automatically produce social media news feeds from their observations. Also, we could see an increase in subscription requirements to news and information. This could be a primary funding source for news agencies in the future. That makes an already widening gap in the economic society divide even worse. This provides a culture of keeping the class structure in the status quo.